What is up, my wonderful gamers? It is Fox. Follow me and my gaming shenanigans via Twitter at Fox_PlayStation News Now, as seen in the bottom right of your screen. Open your eyes. Make us your regular source of news, rumour and video game discussion, and of course the Gamer Couch podcast each and every Sunday. As you can see, PlayStation News Now is going under a bit of a facelift. Yes, I have commissioned a very talented graphic artist to create a whole new look and intro for the channel. This new intro is coming soon, so bear with me, and he's doing it at a very reasonable rate. Check his Twitter link in this video's description. He's such a cool guy. Now, all relevant links can be found in this video's description. Don't go anywhere, we'll be back after this. In today's news, courtesy of VentureBeat.com. PlayStation 4 takes February's NPD, another winning run for Sony. Here's the full story. It's the last month before Nintendo will start making the monthly sales report more interesting. For now, Sony's momentum continues. PlayStation 4 was the top-selling console in the United States in February, according to data from industry tracking firm, the NPD Group. Now, Sony has shared this with GamesBeat. The PS4 outperformed the Xbox One and the now defunct Wii U. This is the fourth month in a row that Sony's console has landed in the #1 position in the sales charts. Sony's success last month makes sense considering the console's parade of hit releases. Developer Team Ninja's character action game Nioh hit the system February 7th. Capcom launched Resident Evil 7 with exclusive virtual reality support for the PlayStation VR on the last day of January, and Sony capped off the month with the critically acclaimed Horizon Zero Dawn. All of those games likely boosted sales, and Sony didn't have to worry about too much competition because Switch didn't launch until March 3rd, and Microsoft's biggest exclusive was the real-time strategy game Halo Wars 2, which likely appeals to a smaller audience. There's just no stopping the PS4 juggernaut, and the overriding factor for Sony's success isn't rocket science. The platform just has the better games, a diverse catalogue of quality titles releasing month in, month out. Sony don't wait for the holidays. Shots fired. Anyway, enough digs at Sony's competition. I happen to think all of the current platforms are pretty awesome, so don't take it too seriously, will you? In other news, this time courtesy of GamingBolt.com. Guerrilla Games claim Horizon Zero Dawn is not maxing out PS4 Pro's power, but in fairness they are a Sony first-party studio, so take that as you will. Here's the full lowdown. Sony's PlayStation 4 Pro has been a very decent success, even if there are still debates over the quality of its 4K upscaling. However, developers are getting better at taking advantage of the console. Guerrilla Games' Horizon Zero Dawn is a good example with fairly strong performance from the off. However, even with all the graphical fidelity on display, has Guerrilla really utilized the full potential of PS4 Pro? Well, speaking with the 6th Axis, producer Samrat Sharma noted that, and I quote, "The machine has a lot of power, so we understand what it can do, but the game was already in place when we learnt about PS4 Pro and got the development kit. So what we've done is taken the power and tried to make the best improvements we think from our existing game. We didn't design the game from the ground up for Pro, but we tried to use that extra processing power to do the best things we could to make the experience look and feel better for you. So I don't think it's fair to say we haven't used it fully, but I do think it's fair to say that had we designed the game from the ground up for Pro, we'd have probably used it differently." In the nitty-gritty detail, this is a question for our tech director, but I think my two favorite improvements are the anti-aliasing and super sampling even on 1080p televisions, so it just looks smooth and beautiful, and if you've got a proper HDR TV, the colors, especially in the lush forest regions, well, they just pop. Those are my favorite improvements that we've been able to squeeze in. And that's where it ends. So gamers, what are your thoughts on Horizon Zero Dawn for PS4 Pro? Are you enjoying this stellar title? Have you even purchased it yet? What are you waiting for? Share your thoughts in the comments. So what else is new in the world of PlayStation 4? Well, only the incredibly beautiful GT Sport Open Beta finally kicking off this month. Eager racers and fans of the franchise will be pleased to learn Sony Interactive Entertainment will host a closed beta for Gran Turismo Sport, the company announced. The initial phase will start on March 17 and only to the select US PlayStation Network IDs. Here's some detail from the official GT Sport press release. Participants will be able to choose from a select rotation of cars and tracks each day to race online against others during the beta phases. Track and car selection will vary during this period, and we made sure to offer a different class of vehicle categories and of course configurations to properly test our Gran Turismo fans. This will also be the first time users will see how the driver profile is integrated within Gran Turismo Sport. The introduction of sportsmanship rating, that tracks a player's behavior and manners on the track, and driver rating, which represents the overall speed of the player and how well they perform in races, will ensure those that race online will be equally matched, naturally creating a balanced group of competitive drivers for each race. The initial phase of the closed beta, starting on March 17, will only be open to select US PlayStation Network IDs, so be sure to check your messages on the PS4 dashboard to see if you've been invited. As with most beta programs, in order for the development team to capture data in the optimal manner, the sample size needs to be increased gradually and in stages. While we begin to roll out the beta, we have decided that the time difference across the US are best matched to the development team in Tokyo. During the initial phase, our servers will be open for users during the specific times across the day. We will share these times closer to the beta launch across our social channels and gt.com. Pretty awesome stuff, right? Well, you can sign up for the beta via the official Gran Turismo Sport webpage. Google is your friend. GT Sport is expected to release exclusively on PlayStation 4 sometime in 2017. Check back to PlayStation News now for more details on a firm release date in the near future. And now a friendly word of advice. It seems some people are confused about exactly what I do here. Well, let me put you straight. I am not Sony Customer Services. If you have any issues with PS4 firmware updates, Bravia 4K TV panels, Xperia cell phones, cameras, etc., go ask PlayStation or Sony. I'm not here to facilitate solutions or solve Sony problems. I am not your search engine. Please think first and ask yourself, what is Google? Okay, so now we've got that out of the way. Every PS4 gamer should know Update 4.50 deployed yesterday, making the PS4 interface and features even more impressive. It's incredible just how much the PS4 UI has improved over the past 3 years. But some frustrated gamers would argue these features took a while to get here. So I would say to these people, I think it's probably best to view the launch consoles as still in beta. As the core or early adopter, you are basically guinea pigs for the casual user base who don't tend to migrate from one console generation to the next, like the core user. Expect consoles to be an ongoing work in process when it comes to secondary features. Now, if you look at the much needed evolution of Xbox One and the Nintendo Switch has just launched, I think we can expect the same. I guess a little patience goes a long way, and remember, consoles are primarily about fast and easy access to gaming. Consoles are not PCs and should never be compared to them. Comprende? Good. Now, I'm only telling you this because I give a damn. Now, quit complaining to me on Twitter and go share your opinions on this video's comments. Be nice to each other while you're doing it. Also, click on the notifications tab to the subscribe button on the channel's front page. Check out the little box, keep updated with the latest PlayStation News Now uploads. Support us on Patreon, link is in this video's description. And thanks to everyone supporting us right now. I'm grateful and humbled. We'll shout out new patrons every week on the Gamer Couch podcast. And that, my friends, brings us to the end of another video. I hope you liked it. Now don't forget to like, subscribe and share content on this channel if you did. And always remember, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend, everybody. Goodbye.